Highest to a lowest, this trailer just dropped and it's Spike Lee's newest joint, starring none other than Denzel Washington, hitting theaters August 22nd of this year. Even though it's a teaser trailer and barely cracks a minute, the hype is real, like very, very real. It's been a minute since we've had a Spike Lee joint. The Five Bloods dropped back in 2020, and it's been even longer since we saw Denzel in that rotation teaming up with Spike Lee. So yeah, the timing on this is kind of perfect, especially with all the buzz surrounding Sinners lately. Jesus Christ, I've only been able to watch it once. I do have to watch it again. But whether it's actually dominating the whole film landscape or just dominating my feed, Sinners is clearly having a great moment right now. So, of course, Spike Lee pops up like, yo, don't forget who laid the groundwork for this. Like, Ryan Coogler is dope, absolutely, but Spike Lee is one of the OGs, one of the Mount Rushmores of black film directors. And just in case anyone forgot, boom, here's highest to lowest for you. So let's see what we know so far as we get hyped. Highest to lowest is a neo-noir crime thriller, which basically means it's a crime thriller with extra steps. Think 1940s, 50s vibe blended with modern day grit. It's stylish, it's moody, it's got that dramatic flair, but updated for today's audience. And yes, it is based, or as Spike Lee puts it,
the reason why I wanted to change the title a little bit is because this is not a remake.
Got it.
It's a reinterpretation of the great Akira Kurosawa's great film.
as he likes to put it, from the 1963 Japanese film High and Low, which itself is adapted from the 1959 novel King's Ransom. Now, here's a part that I really think took me for a second: the casting. Obviously, we got the GOAT Denzel Washington, no one better. But then we got Ice Spice in her first film ever, it seems. So curious to see how that goes. And then A$AP Rocky. So yeah, Spike Lee's not playing it safe here, I guess we'll say. He's swinging big with this one. And aside from Ice Spice, I guess we'll see how big her role really is. We'll see how it turns out. Now, taking a step back, High and Low, the original film, was directed by the legendary director Akira Kurosawa. It follows a businessman named Kingo Gondo who's trying to pull off a risky buyout of his company when kidnappers mistakenly abduct his chauffeur's son, thinking it's his. They demand a 30 million yen ransom and things kick off. It's tense, layered story that dives into class divides, moral dilemmas, and corporate power plays. And High and Low is like a cornerstone of Japanese cinema, much like how I guess Casablanca in North America is. It's a classic, basically. Now, I'll admit I actually haven't seen High and Low. It's been sitting on my list for basically ever, but I have seen Casablanca. Usually, if something is that old and not in color, it takes me a bit of time to get to it, unless it's classic Doctor Who, in which case I'm all in all the time. But if it's anything else, I slowly make my way, and I really got to be in the mood to watch it. But I think for this, I can get in the mood. Now is probably the perfect time. So before we go off of this though, the Japanese film tackled social class issues and it reflected Japan's post-war economic boom and became the highest grossing film in Japan that year. Also, fun fact, they wrapped up post-production in less than a month, which to me seems absolutely wild. I don't know what they were doing then. Maybe it was easier. I can't imagine it was. But anyways, all that to say, Highest to Lowest has some serious shoes to fill. And Kurosawa was not just any director either. You know, he's one of the most influential filmmakers of all time, like, period. His visual style was a fusion of like Western, Eastern influence, but like totally unique to him. And to have Spike Lee kind of come in and try to, I don't want to say emulate that, but sort of adopt that, reimagine that.
It's a reinterpretation.
Like, if we go off of Spike Lee's Old Boy remake, I'm a hella nervous. I'm not gonna lie. This is like, maybe not hella, but I'm at least a little bit. You know, that one didn't do the original justice, in really anyway. Maybe as a standalone film by itself, separate from what it belonged to or came from, rather, it's fine. But knowing where it originates from, it's not so fine. So yeah, there's a bit of a hesitation there for me right now in a little bit, but like not that crazy, right? Adapting an iconic Asian film for American audiences is like really hard. And Spike Lee's record is kind of a mixed bag for me. But that being said, the man's got classics under his belt, no doubt. And when he hits, he really hits. So pairing him with Denzel, that really puts my worries at ease, because I don't even think Denzel has ever made a bad movie in his life. So that alone is pretty good for me. So from what we've seen, Highest to Lowest seems to follow the same core concepts, but is set in the modern day New York City. I'm even thinking American Gangster feel in a kind of way. Denzel plays a music mogul who has to reckon with the cost of chasing success and the demons that come with it. So yeah, needless to say, I'm pretty hyped regardless. You should be too, in my opinion. Not a tremendous amount of information is told to us about the story right now. More will probably come out as we get closer to August 22nd. And then after that, it's going on Apple TV. So another thing though, this is a A24 film. So A24 has done some pretty good stuff and continues to pump out pretty good work. So, we have a nice recipe here. Hopefully it tastes good in the final product. Like, comment, subscribe, share this out. And until next time, what's the best recent film you've seen?